First things first, I'm feeling better now that I got through COVID. The meds I was prescribed did the trick. I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm feeling a whole lot better now. Now, I want to make something clear that COVID is still out there. I'm not here to push you guys to to get vaccinated or anything else. You should be. I'm not trying to bring mask mandates back or anything, but protect yourselves. If you feel like you may have COVID, get tested. Take the steps to protect yourself and others around you, because that is what is important now. Now that I got through that, I got two pieces of news that are putting a smile to my face now. One, Steve Bannon, the fat walrus,
Don't you do it!
has been sentenced to 4 months in prison for contempt of Congress for ignoring the subpoena from the January 6th investigative committee. Now, we know he's going to appeal that, and that he may not do the time, or he might not be able to, or he won't do the time at all. He might be reduced. But Bannon lost. He's going to jail. It's on paper. Should be a whole lot longer, but that's probably the maximum anyone has ever gotten for contempt of Congress. But he really thinks that he still won. Take a look at this video. This is his press conference after he was sentenced, saying there's going to be Judgment Day on the Biden administration.
But, as that sign says right there, can we have the vote sign? On November 8th, on November 8th, there's going to have judgment on the illegitimate Biden regime, and quite frankly, Nancy Pelosi and the entire committee. And we know which way that's going. Either they've already been turfed out, like Liz Cheney, right, or have quit, like Kinzinger and other the Democrats, or they're about to be beaten like Luria and others, or they will lose their power and become a minority, and Nancy Pelosi and Chairman Thompson, all of it. This is democracy. This is democracy. The American people are weighing and measuring what went on with the Justice Department and how they comported themselves. They're weighing and measuring that right now, and they will vote on November 8th.
Mr. Bannon, your supporters noticed your silence during this case. They noticed your silence at trial and at sentencing. Anything you want to say to them?
Can I go ahead and finish? Can I? Thanks. On November 8th, the American people will raise judgment, and we will groom. The Biden administration ends on the 8th evening of the 8th of November. And some other thing is that the Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, will end up being the first Attorney General that's brought up on charges of impeachment, and he will be removed from office. Thank you very much.
Judgment Day on the Biden administration, threatening the Attorney General, Merrick Garland. Who do you think you are, Bannon? You're nobody. You're nothing. Otherwise, Donald Trump would have swooped in and saved your ass. And he didn't. He didn't save you, you fat moron. Now, again, of course, the appellate process, the appeals process, you may get away with it, but you'll be forever known as a convicted criminal. A convicted criminal who was convicted of contempt of Congress. You have no power. All you have is your vote. And that's probably the most powerful thing ever, but you're going to waste your vote on an act of revenge. Not making this country better, an act of revenge. And honestly, Bannon, you're going to talk. Even if you go to jail for 3 months or 1 month, you're not going to survive that. If you're up to me, your ass would be going to a place like the Oswald Penitentiary, like in the television show Oz. Hope you survived however time you got there. And Donald Trump ain't gonna save you, boy. You're going down for it. And speaking of Trump, not too long ago, before I made this video, it's been announced that Donald Trump has been formally subpoenaed by the January 6th committee, which means, Trump, if you want to quash this subpoena, go ahead. But you keep saying you'll testify if it's televised, if it's put on television for the world to see. We all know that two things are going to happen. Two possibilities are going to happen. Possibility number one is that you're going to lie your ass off, and you're going to be held in contempt, and you're going to be held on charges of perjury when you testify under those two beautiful words in legal language, under oath. You can't lie your way out of a testimony under oath, Trump, no matter how hard you try. The second possibility, and which is more likely, considering that you're nothing more than a coward who has probably never been in a fight in his life, or you paid someone to fight for you, you're going to just plead the fifth. Where you there? The questions are going to go. Were you at the ellipse on January 6th? Fifth. You're going to probably just say fifth, just like that idiot General Mike Flynn. Oh, excuse me, disgraced General Mike Flynn. Fifth. Did you have a cheeseburger that night? Fifth. Did you wear a blue tie? Was your tie red or blue on January 6th? Fifth. Is there anything you could tell us about January 6th? Fifth. And if the people asking those questions on the committee are intelligent enough, and to this point they've shown that they are, they're going to ask the one question that you and your supporters have refused to answer. Did you instigate the attack on January 6th at the United States Capitol? And being the coward that you are, you'll just say, fifth. Trump, don't try to act like a tough guy with this shit. You do, you're going to prison. Don't try to act like you're big and bad and you're a tough guy and you're Donald Trump. I'm Donald Trump. Nobody can touch me, because your ass will go to jail if you do. You're going to anyway. So I don't even know why I'm even giving you any advice. Trump, do yourself the smart idea and walk away. No, matter of fact, run to the nearest airplane you can get to, not one that has your name on it, and run to Russia. That way you might have a chance of saving your miserable, wicked life. In the interim, we will mark you down as a criminal and enemy of this country. You already are an enemy to this country, Trump. I'm just paraphrasing what you said when you called the press the enemy of this country, like you were Stalin or Hitler or Mussolini. Don't try to act like a tough guy, Trump. Don't try to act like the savior your idiot supporters think you are, because you're not. You're nothing more than a small, idiotic little boy trying to prove himself the man your daddy didn't make you into. In the end of the day, all this time, you're just that small, skinny little punk that grew up to be a fat, idiotic, out of his mind punk that thinks he's a man only because he fucks I don't know how many women. Fucking women, it doesn't make you a man, Trump. I'm sorry, whoever taught you that particular lesson is the one who needs to really go to jail. Because quite honestly, your ass is done. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the rest of the nation is concerned, do not show up for that testimony. Because you do, you're done. The second you lie on the committee, which is inevitable, you're done. And frankly, you better hope to God that I'm not there. You better be thanking God I'm not there, because the second you lie, and the second the committee points out that lie, it would give me great pleasure. As a matter of fact, it will give me great sexual pleasure, like the hard-on, a huge steel hard-on to put the cuffs on your dumb ass and haul your ass into a federal prison cell. Don't fuck around with this, Trump. Don't you dare. This is not a game. And for all the rest of you Trumpers so angry about this, get over it. Just get the hell over it. Isn't that what you guys said when we saw George Floyd being murdered on the C street? Well, I suggest you get over this. Because unlike George Floyd, your man is 100% guilty, and we have the evidence to prove it. And it's only a matter of time, before it all crumbles down around him and around all of you Trumpers out there. It's coming. It's coming. CTP, you know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.
Don't you do it!